Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
It is not the forecast that a lot of us want, but it is the forecast we need. And with 7 straight days of rain chances, will we eliminate our rainfall deficit by the start of next week? Sean.
The COVID-19 vaccine push is on here in Detroit. How's it going? We'll show you.
All right, Sean, but we're going to begin with Detroit City Councilman Gabe Leyland pleading guilty and then resigning, admitting in court he took an illegal campaign contribution.
This morning, Leyland pleaded guilty to 1 count of felony misconduct in office over $7,500 given to him by Robert Carmack.
Also resigned from his seat on the Detroit City Council. We're bringing Grant Herms following this story. Grant, this plea deal does get Leyland out of facing more serious charges.
Yeah, this is a felony, so it does carry a 5-year prison sentence, but he was also facing 3 other federal charges. The first Detroit politician to have that dishonor since former Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, that is, until he and his attorney struck this deal.
Are you tendering a plea to guilty to 1 count of common law misconduct in office?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, former Detroit Councilman Gabriel Leyland pleading guilty to taking money in exchange for a vote on the city council.
I accepted a campaign contribution in cash. At the time I accepted the cash contribution, I knew it was against the law in Michigan to do so, which makes it misconduct in office.
Leyland was accused of accepting $7,500 and free car repairs from now infamous auto shop owner Robert Carmack. Carmack is best known for hiring a private detective to follow Mayor Mike Duggan, accusing him of taking bribes. Leyland admitting today it was Carmack who had offered him a bribe. Leyland had also been indicted by a federal grand jury on 2 counts of bribery and 1 count of conspiracy of bribery. In exchange for his guilty plea, those charges will be dropped. In a statement today, Mayor Mike Duggan saying in part, the charges against Gabe Leyland were a negative cloud hanging over the city of Detroit. With his decision to resign, we can now move forward and focus on the business of rebuilding our city. But another member of the city council saying Leyland was only part of the problem. Councilmember Raquel Castaneda Lopez saying in a statement, for too long an old boys club mentality that promotes a culture of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours has plagued the corridors of City Hall. Detroiters deserve and need elected officials that will hold their trust sacred and lead with integrity. Now, we did not hear back from Leyland's attorney at all today, but he is due back in court June 7th for sentencing. Devin?
Grant, what happens to Leyland's seat? Let's talk about what's ahead here for the council being down to 8 members now.
Yeah, well, it is down just to 8 members. The council could vote by a 2/3 majority to appoint someone to hold his seat. If they do that, that person would be in that chair until the end of the year. Back to you.
Got it. All right, Grant.
The statewide coronavirus vaccination rate sits at 50.4%. That's a little less than 5 percentage points away from the state's first big benchmark that would allow for the return to in-person office work.
And this week, City of Detroit is launching an all-out push to get more shots into arms.
Everything is on the table now, from welcoming walk-ins at all vaccination sites, giving gift cards to people who take neighbors to get vaccinated, to going door to door. Sean Lay joins us live. And Sean, the city's numbers have lagged the rest of the state, so these efforts are looking to change that.
Looking to change that, but keep in mind this is day 1 of this effort, so at least here at the Northwest Activity Center, a modest turnout. I'll tell you all about it. We'll focus right now on those Good Neighbor gift cards. If you bring someone here or any of the city's vaccination sites, you will be handed a $50 gift card. But here at the Northwest Activity Center, 4 were given out today. Today, a new chapter, a new twist in the quest to get vaccinated, get safe, and protect your loved ones. First, this center and any City of Detroit vaccination center are all now walk-in clinics. No sign-up is necessary. And if a good neighbor brings someone for a vaccine, they get a $50 prepaid gift card. Ronald Burns and Edward Koch are friends and are the exact people the city is trying to reach.
How did you guys get together on this?
We just figured that we heard it on the news and we figured we'd come out and get a shot.
Your friends?
Yep.
Did you call Edward and say it's time for the shot?
Yep.
Was it helpful that he was going to drive you then?
Yes, because I probably never would have got it as far as, I know they got a lot of locations, but this particular one, And he said he'll take me over there.
No transportation or anything right now?
No.
But on day one of this vaccination push, it seems very few Detroiters are showing up, at least here. But those running the clinic expect it to pick up.
What brought you here today?
I just had to get vaccinated. My husband got vaccinated and my family did, so I just wanted to go ahead and do my part.
Latricia Moore, she got her first shot today. Why today? What was her deciding factor to do it now?
I was going to go last week. I had some things to do. First day I had a chance. I'm off today. I got it done.
How's it feel?
Feels good. I feel fine. Today was the day for me.
Today was the day for her after being on the fence, however, coming here to the Northwest Activity Center and getting her shot. While the Good Neighbor program may need to get some momentum, we did hear things were active down at the TCF Center downtown. Coming up at 6 o'clock, though, aside from those gift cards, the walk-in clinics with no sign-up may be the key to all of this. That's live at 6. On the west side, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, let's take a look now at the coronavirus numbers from over the weekend. 5,035 new cases. Remember, that's over a 2-day period, so that averages out to 2,500 cases per day, down a bit from most of what the days that we saw last week. State also reporting 29 more COVID deaths over these past 48 hours.
And the vaccine numbers still show there are plenty of shots to go around. 9.3 million shots have been distributed to Michigan, with 7 million shots going into arms.
Well, here's the bright side for today. We've needed the rain. Does that help at all?
Well, at least it didn't come on the weekend.
Right? There you go.
We're going to get it, though. Let's get over to Ben on a Monday. Hi, Ben.
Hi, guys. Both excellent boys, by the way. And yes, we still need even more rain. Lucky for us, we're going to get it as we get through the next 7 days. Most of these days are going to look a lot like this, where we just see kind of some pockets of lighter rain scattered across the area, and that's what we've got on Storm Tracker 4. This is sort of the back edge of what we're expecting tonight. By the time we get to about 8 o'clock, most of this should be past. And it's just been a healthy drink of water in most cases, about 1/4 to maybe up to 4/10 of an inch down there in parts of Monroe County, just making a little bit of a dent in that rainfall deficit. Remember, we're all in a moderate drought right now. Temperatures relatively steady underneath that cloud cover. We'll see those showers through about 8 o'clock and then look for drier conditions after that. And through the next 7 days, those boxes look eerily similar, and a lot of them are below average. We'll see what happens for Mother's Day Sunday in just a few minutes, guys.
Just about here. All right, Ben. Tonight, new families are coming forward demanding answers about the location of their loved ones buried at Gethsemane Cemetery.
The city of Detroit owns the cemetery on Gratiot near Connor, but have used management companies to handle day-to-day operations. And now there are multiple families asking the same question. They want to know where their loved ones were buried. Let's get to Priya Mann live at Gethsemane tonight with what the city has to say about all of this. Priya?
Well, Kim and Devin, the city says there's been ongoing concerns about what's been happening here. And since last year, they've been in litigation with the previous management company. Now, this whole story started when a Detroit family says while they were trying to exhume the remains of a loved one, that body wasn't there. And since that story aired, there has been a flurry of phone calls to Local 4.
I kind of gave up. It's like, who do you call? What do you do? So until I saw the story, I didn't have no kind of hope.
Dolores Saikovich called Local 4 after watching our story about a missing body at Gethsemane Cemetery. Last summer was her first time back here in decades. She says when she went to visit her grandmother's grave, workers didn't know where the plot was.
That's the first thing she said. Well, we just took over this place. We haven't owned this place for too long. And she said, I've been having a lot of problems with different people and trying to find out where people are.
Last week, a Detroit family says when they tried to exhume their nephew's body, they found 4 other bodies in his grave.
Finding their loved one not there, I can understand the difficulty they went through. We're sorry. The city is making all the proper moves to ensure this doesn't happen again.
The city says during the excavation, neighboring vaults were exposed, but bodies were not found stacked on top of each other.
Police immediately would have been there investigating almost immediately. The work would have stopped. What the family would have seen would have been other vaults that are buried.
Saikovich's grandmother, Murtis Lee Gloucester, was buried here in 1987.
It feels like they don't care. And once you're gone, that's it. And that's terrible.
She says she wants the cemetery records to be thoroughly examined so she can find her grandmother.
I don't understand how you have a place like this. If that was your grandmother, wouldn't you do everything you could to find her?
And we weren't the only ones who got a ton of calls. The city did as well. They've now set up a helpline for concerned families. That number is on your screen. Meanwhile, there's a Detroit family that's still wondering where their loved one is. Coming up at 6, we'll have new developments on that investigation now that Detroit police is involved. Reporting live from the east side, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Okay, Priya, thank you.
A woman is dead, 2 others hurt in a head-on crash on Detroit's east side. Happened about 3:30 this morning on East Outer Drive near Griner. Police say a 49-year-old woman driving a Jaguar was going the wrong way when she crashed into a Buick that had 2 women inside. The passenger in the Buick, 27-year-old woman, died from her injuries. Both of the drivers in the crash are in the hospital this afternoon. A driver is thrown from a car after speeding on I-94 in Detroit.
It happened this morning on I-94 East near Chatsworth Road. Police say the 24-year-old man was speeding when he lost control and crashed into an embankment and light pole. The car was then split in half. The driver was thrown from the car and onto the freeway ramp to Harper Avenue. He's currently in the ICU, but is expected to survive.
All right, new at 5, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and his wife Melinda are getting a divorce. Released a joint statement just within the past hour or so on Twitter that they're splitting up after 27 years of marriage. They say the decision was made after, as the statement reads, a great deal of thought. The couple has 3 children together. They are, of course, the co-chairs of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Much more to come here on a Monday. Let's check in with Defender Karen Drew.
A Dearborn Camp worker found dead on the side of the road, strangled. Did she have any enemies?
Nobody that I would call an enemy.
But maybe some conflicted love interests.
That's a definite possibility.
Coming up, the defenders, along with the Oakland County Sheriff's Cold Case Unit, go back 40 years.
It's solvable.
Was something missed in this cold case? See what we've learned.
All right, Karen, also a real nightmare scenario for a family that ended up losing everything thanks to a speeding driver. Doc?
Why do so many people need to get vaccinated? If the vaccines are so effective, can't we just vaccinate the people who want the shot and not worry about everyone else? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, I'm diving into those critical questions and why the answers could be the key to ending this pandemic.